Huh. It's interesting. It's not coming up very quickly, which makes me think that there might be an issue. There we go. Oh, we're up. We're live. We're on. Maybe you didn't see it. This wall behind me completely fell over, and I had to put it back up. It was really touch and go there for a moment. Okay, we're good. Let's get going. We have reached the end of the book of Exodus. Vayakel Pikudei. These are the last Torah portions that are put together actually for this Shabbat. And it is the finishing, the final moments of the tabernacle being built. There's some beautiful content in this Torah portion which we'll get into this week. The first is, in that first paragraph, it tells us that Moses brought everyone together. Vayakel is to gather everyone together. A kihila is a congregation. So Vayakel means to congregate everybody, to bring all of the Israelites together. And it says Moses brings all the Israelites together, and Moses says, okay, I've got all this stuff that I'm going to tell you that God told me while I was on Mount Sinai, so that you can do them. And a couple of the commentaries, including Rashi, talks about how the people were brought together in order to do something. They weren't brought together just to be brought together, but to hear what the words were and then to do them. And the curious part about it is the very next section is Shabbat. At the first idea that the Torah wants to put forth to us is the idea that you work 6 days and you rest for one. And that one day is devoted to God, and you don't work. You don't even do things, you don't even light the fire even more. The tabernacle work is not done on the Shabbat. And Shabbat is a time of rest. So I'm going to twist that a little bit and say that that what's being said to us, and I know I'm going a little far here, but bear with it. What's being said to us as we gather together is, look, there's all these rules that you're going to be hearing. There are a set of commandments, many commandments, that I'm going to give to you in a moment. So I'm gathering you here so that you can do all of these things. And the first thing you need to understand is you can't go 100 miles an hour all the time without taking a break. To go further, not just take a break, but Shabbat, rest on it. Vayinafash, that nefesh, refresh. Shabbat vayinafash, refresh during the Shabbat. And I would like to say that we could take that into what we're doing. We are taking little mini Shabbatot during the week for this half hour, that we gather, we hear words of Torah, and then we say, okay, it's time to rejuvenate a little bit. Shabbat. We take like a little Shabbat during the week. Reach Shabbat after doing our meditations all week. Then we have the kind of mindset that is needed. It may not have been that Moses was telling everyone to meditate, but for sure Moses was saying, and in turn God was saying, in your life you're going to do much. Be sure to pause. Be sure to take a break from all of the busyness and to find some moments where you're not working, you're not doing, you're not going. So it's interesting. Moses gathers everyone to set. He says, I have all this stuff for us, and you're going to do all of it. And then, but let's first rest. Let's first take it easy. I'm sorry, I have to turn something. Hold on one second. There we go. I have a little heater on. If that thing continues to heat, my body's going to become as red as this shirt. So I just feel like when I read that, I looked through everything this morning just to kind of see where maybe we could go today. And the first thing that came to me was it's just incredible that the first command that Moses gives of all the commandments is that 6 days you work and 1 day you should rest, is that human beings need time to rejuvenate. They need time to put aside all of the work that happens. And I have to say, a lot of the days that I have are filled with these Zoom calls and phone calls and the work that we're doing in having our meetings virtually. I spend a lot of my time really kind of working on what's coming up in the future and meeting with people all day. And when it comes for 5:30, even though, part of this time I am working and talking about and teaching Torah, right afterwards, and we go into that silent time, which we will in a couple of minutes, that time for me is precious. And it really does allow me to this area of me. It leaves all of the work that I'm doing just kind of by the wayside for a moment. And I can recognize my humanity. I'm just a person. And all of this stuff is wonderful, but I have to take time each day to just kind of check in with myself and to notice what's going on inside of me. And a part of this, for me, has been to take me away from my work for a moment, and yet still be in it, to get myself away from the kind of nitty-gritty work that's done. And this gives me the space to be able to get back to it, rejuvenated. And maybe that's what Moses was telling everyone. He says, let's gather together, and we're going to have a lot of work we're going to be doing together, right? We have to feed 2 million people. We have to take care of each other. We have to protect ourselves from our enemies. So we need some time where we aren't doing and we aren't protecting and we are just connecting with our life and with the source of all life. And I think that's what we're doing. So as we go into our silent time, just really, let's try to connect with life itself through our breath. Let's try to connect to ourselves as beings instead of doings, and to just be, just breathe, just be still, because we're not that all day. Sometimes, by the way, even if we're on the phone or we're on a Zoom call and we're not the ones talking, we're still putting out the energy. Now is the time to journal through our breath and through feeling that. So let's get into a comfortable position. I know we're ready because I'm starting to yawn a little. It's so interesting because that yawn is not from a place of being tired. So let's just kind of get ourselves in a position that we can be comfortable and yet strong at the same time, not falling asleep. And we're just going to breathe normally. You just notice your breath. Just notice it. We're not trying to solve anything. We're not trying to fix anything. We're just being and allowing everything to be just as it is for now. Because frankly, there really isn't much you can do about it in these 10, 15, 20 minutes. So let's try to rejuvenate ourselves so that we can tackle what we need to tackle. Just see if you can feel your breath coming in and out of your body. How it expands and contracts in your stomach or your chest. I'm sure that your mind has already begun to go and take you far away from your breath. So with love and kindness, just no judgment, just bring yourself back. If your mind has taken you away and you're angry about it or frustrated by it, just imagine that I knew that was going to happen, and that's why I mention it, because that's what happens. It is the natural thing for our mind to do, stay busy. We're just trying to find some stillness. In our last 4 or 5 minutes together, I invite you to ask for certain feelings. To ask for certain feelings on this Monday. We ask for health. And we ask for safety. May I feel healthy. May I feel safe. May I feel healthy. May I feel safe. Health. I wonder if we're going to keep on doing this one. This began the pandemic. Hopefully, there'll be many of us that do get our vaccine. But for now, may I feel healthy. Oh, may I feel safe. May I feel safe. May I feel healthy. May I feel health. May I feel safe. So we continue to ask for those feelings, the feeling of safety. So important with what's been going on. May I feel safe. May I feel healthy. May I feel health and safety. I'd like to also ask if you want to invite somebody to be in front of you in your mind's eye. Could be someone you love, could be someone you barely know. But offer to them. May you feel safe. May you feel health. May you feel health. May you feel safe. May you feel healthy and safe. May you feel healthy. May you feel safe. We'll stay there a couple breaths. May you feel healthy. May you feel safe. And we bring it back to ourselves to ask for these two feelings. May I feel safe. May I feel health. May I feel safe. May I feel health. Stay with that for some breaths. And for our final moments, let's just bring ourselves to our breath. Kind of clear our mind for a second. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope that you were able to find stillness and peace. May you feel safe. And may you feel health. Have a beautiful evening. We'll see you tomorrow.